Tank Davis, Mayweather Promotions, Showtime, Boxing, and Premier Boxing Champs. They do it again. Tank Davis does almost $4 million in terms of his live gate versus Isa Pitbull Cruz. Stay tuned to this video. We're going to talk about it. Boom. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. We are back at it. I don't know how you found this video, but help others find the content. Reach one, teach one, throw a like on the video. Takes a couple seconds of your time, and you don't know how much this encourages others to find the content. Appreciate you guys. Happy holidays. Tank Davis, lag out. You see him pictured with Lil Durk. That's who walked him out for his last fight. He's donning the house that Kobe built colors, Lakers colors, and the kid is a star. Now, this is not news to me. We'll jump right into the content. Shout out to Bay_Jeff. It says the Tank versus Isaac Pitbull Cruz gate did a little over $3.7 million in the final event at the Staples Center, now being called the Cryptocurrency Arena or whatnot, making it one of the biggest boxing gates recorded there. Boom. So almost $4 million on a Sunday generated by Gervonta Davis. And keep in mind, this was against, for the second time in what I can remember, Tank Davis having a replacement opponent. You guys will remember when Gervonta Davis was scheduled to fight Abner Mares. Abner Mares was forced to pull out because he had an eye injury. So doctors advised him, you shouldn't fight with the detached retina, and he hasn't been back since. In stepped Hugo Ruiz Jr. for Tank Davis. He knocked him out. He came out to a Michael Jackson, type of ring walk, and he proceeded to knock out Hugo Ruiz in one round. Now, this was a much more game opponent, also from Mexico, in Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Great fight. It showed that Tank, not only is he a knockout artist, he got hands in general, and he can box. His jab was money, and he hurt his hand so he can deal with adversity. And to see these numbers were great. It's just great news for Mayweather Promotions, Showtime, and ESPN, or not ESPN, Gervonta. They really got one. So happy to report this. Tank is lit. And see, this is what I try to give you guys: accurate, reliable information that you could take to the bank. And anybody who would listen, I've told you what it is and what it ain't. If you come to my channel, it's like going to the bank. You come to the channel and I write a check, you can cash those checks. You go to other places for boxing content, and what's being said is not a depiction of what's really happening. I told you Tank is a young GOAT. He's a star, and old media is telling you something else. Old media will say things like, oh, nobody likes Tank, nobody knows him, Isaac Pitbull Cruz is a bum, and nobody wants to see that fight. When it was Rolly, when the initial opponent was Rolly, who was forced to withdraw because of legal issues, right? They said, oh, no one wants to see the Rolly fight. They complained that Tank was fighting on a Sunday. They complained that he was fighting on pay-per-view. But everybody keeps talking about Tank. Lomachenko, he's fighting Richard Comey. No one's really was talking about it. Wasn't promoted well. And he's mentioning Tank. George Camboso's mentioning Tank. Everybody in the game is just mentioning. I seen there's an interview with Keyshawn Davis. He was mentioning Tank, saying he wants to fight. So all roads lead to Tank. He's the man that's lit right now, and he's putting up the numbers. This is all of what I've said on my channel. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. You can't ignore these type of numbers. And just to give it a deeper perspective, we can look at some other things. Boom. For starters, it says last month's Danny Garcia, Robert Guerrero fight in Los Angeles. The fight card's purses totaled $3.2 million versus only thousand for the live gate and ticket sales. So this is Danny Garcia when he was at the same venue. And this is what the numbers did. 508K. Tank Davis on a Sunday in a pandemic. Keep in mind, Danny Garcia, when he would have fought Guerrero, there was no pandemic, right? Davis is fighting a replacement opponent who isn't an unheralded, he's not like, he wasn't the biggest known name. He only had 25,000 followers on Instagram, which after he fought Tank shot up to 177,000. So it goes to show you the star power, and Tank is getting that baby Mayweather effect where you fight him and at least hold a good account of yourself, then people are going to check for you. So Danny Garcia, he's doing 500K in that same venue. Also, when Errol Spence fought a unification, so keep in mind, you have to look at what I'm saying. Errol Spence had a unification. Errol Spence is also a star. His unification in that same building at the Staples Center, it generated a $2.3 million live gate. So that's great. But Tank did more than that with a pandemic working against him, right? Here's the actual comps. So this is Errol Spence. He did 2.2, basically 2.3 million. Tank Davis is doing a live gate of 3.7 in a pandemic, not in a unification against, because Errol Spence, when he fought Sean Porter, that was a unification. That was one of the best fights that could be made. And although it did very good numbers, Tank has surpassed that. Now, again, I'm here to give you guys perspective of what 3.7 million on a Sunday is for the live gate. This is the actual the comps and the commission report for Golden Boy. This is, you see January, it says January 2nd, 2021. This is the day that Ryan Garcia fought against Luke Campbell. And this is how much Ryan Garcia generated right there. You see the number? Let's see if we can go in a little bit. Boom. 353,000. Ryan Garcia generated 350K, right? 353,000 to be technical. And there was 4,000 tickets sold, 4,218. Tank Davis packed the Staples Center and there was about 16,000 people in there. Not all of those were sold tickets, but a good portion of them were. And he generated a much bigger live gate. Now, again, old media is not telling you this. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Ryan Garcia is thought to be this huge star, and this is his live gate in his very last fight in Texas, 353,000. Ryan Garcia has 8.7 million followers, right? So with all these followers, when it comes to actually showing up to his event, 353,000 worth of proceeds or revenue was generated with off of 8 million followers. So there's not really a direct correlation that having all of these Instagram followers is translating to stardom. Meanwhile, Tank Davis, if I go to his bio, he has 3.2, which is clearly a lesser number, but where it counts in the business, in the live gates and pay-per-views, he's putting up them big boy numbers. 3.2 million followers, and he's generating 3.7. So that's the funny thing is, I just thought of it right now because these videos are on the fly. The funny thing is this, Tank Davis, that's like he's almost getting almost $1 out of every one of his. Actually, he's getting more than $1. That's like he has 3.2. Listen, he has 3.2 million followers. His live gate was 3.7 million, right? So that's like averaging over $1. You're getting $1 and some change from every one of your Instagram followers. Versus Ryan Garcia, I just showed you the commission report. He got all these followers, 8.7 million, right? And he sold 353,000 in terms of his live gate. So Tank is in a class of his own. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. I know old media, they're not gonna like it, but it's what I've been telling you. And Showtime also did a better job of promoting him. You have series like All Access, and it was good. It was a great All Access show. And keep this in mind, Tank Davis, as opposed to Ryan Garcia, he also fought Mario Barrios in Atlanta and did great numbers there. He did 16, 18,000 in Atlanta and got a knockout in that particular fight, and whatever the live gate was for that particular fight. So Tank fighting 2 times a year is big business, and it's lucrative for all parties involved. Ryan Garcia fought 1 time in January, and I showed you what his numbers were hitting for. He did 353,000. Look, 353,000, and he only fought 1 time. So Tank is clearly the cash cow in the 130 to 140 weight class, like I've always maintained and told you guys. People could say whatever they want. Lomachenko's not doing that. I can't wait till the Lomachenko and Richard Comey, numbers and live gates come out, and we could compare those two. Tank he's doing it big, and this is what I've always told you. One more example, just to further drive my point home. Teofimo Lopez previously stated, I am the A side over Tank Davis, right? You see it right there on the screen. Teofimo Lopez, I am the A side over Tank Davis, no matter what Floyd says, right? But it's not about what Floyd says, it's about what the numbers are saying. So that was a foolish comment then, and I'm saying the same thing now. It's cap. Teofimo warns Tank Davis not to overprice himself. You are not Mayweather. I am the A side. But yet again, people want to, in this world of boxing, which is really weird, and on the internet, they want to say you're not the A side, Tank Davis, but there's no tangible piece of evidence. Tank Davis fought 2 times this year. Teofimo didn't even fight on his home network, and he fought 1 time this year, and his stock dropped because he took a bad loss to an underdog. In addition, when his commission report comes out, just like Ryan Garcia, it's not gonna match Tank Davis. So there's a lot of falsehoods in the sport of boxing. Teofimo saying, hey, I'm the A side over you, Tank, and then he loses all his belts and he has no numbers, which would be indicative that you may be that A side if you're putting up numbers like Tank Davis is, right? And there's no numbers even close. Teofimo fought Lomachenko, as you see, with no crowd. So his biggest fight on his whole resume was Lomachenko with 0 crowd. Teofimo Lopez fighting Lomachenko with no crowd. People worldwide will hear me call Loma a effing bitch. He'll understand what I'm saying. He knows what a effing bitch is because he is one. Ring Magazine. So while Teo and others, Ryan Garcia and fans and old media are talking, Tank is literally not talking and putting up the numbers. Like I told you, checkmate. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster.